Now, yes, of course, one of our reviewers will soon give you a hands-on of the Xiaomi Redmi Pro, but let's talk about what you need to know right now. Xiaomi continues to strive to be your best bang for buck option. The Redmi Pro features a full metal unibody construction with brushed metal finish, and up front is a 2.5D glass that covers the 5.5-inch Full HD OLED display. The change to OLED from the usual standard IPS LCD is a nice touch and should provide a more vivid viewing experience. You see, while some Xiaomi smartphones like the Redmi Note 3 have featured fingerprint scanners on the back, it's now moved to the front on this device, embedded into the physical home button below the display. This is to make way for the dual camera setup that the device now boasts, which is almost certainly a first for an affordable flagship smartphone like this. And speaking of cameras, the setup includes a 13 megapixel primary camera, which is coupled with a 5 megapixel shooter that captures depth information. The primary camera also comes with a dedicated depth of field image sensor and supports dynamic depth of field, which Xiaomi says will allow for a DSL-like bokeh effect. We'll see. I'd like to see proof of that. Now, there are 3 variants of the Redmi Pro that will be available. While the 32 and 64 gigabyte iterations will feature 3 gigabytes of RAM, the high-end model, with a 128 gigabyte storage, will come with 4 gigabytes of RAM. There are also differences in the processing package, with the 64 and 128 gigabyte iterations being powered by the MediaTek Helio X25 64-bit deca-core processor. Man, that's a mouthful. While the base 32 gigabyte version comes with the MediaTek Helio X20 deca-core processor. Other hardware specs you want to know about include USB Type-C port, a dual SIM support, expandable storage, which uses the second SIM slot, and a large 4050 mAh battery that should allow for a lot of battery life. The device will also come with fast charging capabilities. On the software side, the Redmi Pro will be running the latest MIUI 8 OS based on Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow, right out of the box. Let's talk pricing, and man, is this sweet. The base model of the Redmi Pro will cost roughly $225 US or $1499 RMB, while the 64 and 120 gigabyte iterations with the Helio X25 processor will be priced at $255 or $300 USD respectively. What do you guys think, guys? It looks pretty sweet. I look forward to the hands-on review. What do you guys remember from like 15 years ago when people were making money hands over fist in the .com bubble? Remember, we didn't call it a .net bubble or .org bubble. We didn't call them .biz billionaires. We called them .com billionaires, because that's the power of a .com. Now, why is that? Because no domain name extension tells your story with the same degree of trust as a .com or .net domain name. .com and .net domain name extensions inject credibility into your online presence. Save 15% on domain names and web hosting when you use our coupon code Android at domain.com checkout. When you think domain names, think domain.com.